Good day, everyone. I have something of an epiphany for you, and it revolves around food, healthy food, and not so healthy food. This is a really good one, and I hope that it turns you on out there, makes you think about something that perhaps you may not have thought about before, but something that'll drastically change how you live and how you buy your food. So think about it. The average Joe citizen, which is most of you out there, just fine. I'm not putting anybody down, but I'm just saying most of you out there buy your food from mainstream big agricultural food sources. And the big problem with that, there's a couple problems with it, but one, when you do that, you are fueling a monstrously out of control growing major pharmaceutical industry. And many of you may not even realize it. What does pharmaceutical have to do with food? Well, most food, not all food. The mainstream food that you buy from big agricultural America, from most grocery stores in America, it's cultivated with chemicals coming from big pharmaceutical industry. And then you eat that stuff. And then eventually it makes you sick, so that you need a more mainstream approach to big pharmaceuticals. We'll just say in the way of prescribed medications from your doctor. Do you see the problem with that yet? So here's the solution. Get organic. Organic means that there are no big pharmaceuticals in your food. It wasn't used to cultivate your food. It's just not present in your food, and it shouldn't be. If you eat food that was cultivated by big pharmaceuticals, you are fighting against nature. And when you do that, you get sick. It's inevitable. It will not work in your favor. And all the while, you're pumping up an enormously growing out of control industry, big pharmaceutical. For them, it's smart business because they hit you once with the food and then they hit you again with the medications as you need when you get older. Most people these days require medication to keep their cholesterol under control, their blood pressure under control, and all sorts of other things by their 30s. Some, there's quite a few in their 20s they require something. And even some of our kids nowadays have to be on statins for cholesterol and blood pressure medication to keep that under control. And a lot of kids nowadays need medication, we'll call it insulin, just to keep their blood sugar levels under control so that it doesn't kill them in the long term. So the solution to that, buy organic. Seriously, organic is usually a little bit more expensive, not a lot more expensive, but usually a little bit more expensive, and that's the number one reason I hear why people don't buy organic. Well, it's really not more expensive. It's a heck of a lot cheaper because in the course of your life, the average person, if you don't take care and spend that little bit of extra money up front, you will spend on average 6 figures. That's $100,000 plus just on healthcare related costs. And you're not going to feel very good. I mean, how could you if you have to spend that kind of money over the course of your lifetime on healthcare related costs because you don't feel good? So when you buy the cheaper food because it's cheap, that is not a health decision, and you're buying cheaper food at the expense of your own health and well-being, and you're pumping up a monstrously out of control growing pharmaceutical that's largely motivated by profits than helping people maintain their health. You're fueling that. That alone, the principle of that should taste so foul in your mouth that you're going to start changing your spending habits, the way that you vote with your daily dollars in favor of your health and in favor of organic. That should taste so foul to you that you're actually going to start talking about it with other people so that we can start a whole new food revolution, which we desperately need because the current food supply that people are voting for every day with their dollars is killing us. Over 80% of all deaths in America is a result of chronic illness due to lifestyle choices. And for the first time in our history, our kids are lumped into that category because we are not taking care of them. And kids, because they're kids, they are victims of us. The type 2 diabetes that kids now have, they're victims of us. The 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 short and wide caskets that are being made nowadays and never seen before numbers. Those deaths and those kids, they're victims of us. Their blood is on our hands because we are not taking care. And that is inexcusable. So, average Joe out there today, and I'm not saying this to put anyone down, but to start changing the way that some of you behave, the way that you make your decisions and you vote with your daily dollars. Average Joe is out there spending his money that he's worked hard for on food that is cultivated and grown by major pharmaceuticals. So the average Joe is eating that stuff consistently until average Joe needs the more mainstream approach of those major pharmaceuticals by way of medication prescribed by his doctor. All the while, at the same time Joe has been getting sick, mainstream average Joe has been doing so in an effort, unknowingly probably, to pump up a major, out of control growing pharmaceutical industry. So, I hope that is really a big ol' epiphany for you out there, and I hope that you're talking about it with other people, and I hope that you just trash your instant gratification syndrome because it's costing you more money and it's costing you your life. And in the meantime, before your life is over, it's costing you what could be a better life of feeling better and feeling more fulfilled, truly. And perhaps the most inexcusable of them all, it's costing our kids their lives. That has got to end. And if you have any conscience whatsoever, you're going to be part of the solution and not sit back and say, oh, well, not my problem. Because unfortunately, a lot of people say that too. And that kind of apathy, as far as I'm concerned, people that really feel that apathetic should just get together and go live on an island somewhere in complete isolation from everybody else. That's how I feel about it. That concludes today's video journal, blog, whatever you want to call it. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you're lit up. And I hope that we begin a new food revolution because we need it. We're dying. Thanks, everyone. Make it a great day. Live it with passion. Light yourself on fire and let the world watch you burn. Bye.